Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? This is, of course, Roger with Wingo Games Unlimited, creator of Dungeon Crusade, and welcome to this most awesome and outstanding and excellent video update that I am dying to share with you. I'm very excited for this. So thank you for joining me. And as always, I hope everyone who's listening to this is doing great. You're staying safe. That's very important, of course, in these times. And I hope you're having a great summer and you're enjoying any games you may be playing. And I have to welcome the new subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing to Wingo Games Unlimited. I hope you enjoy all the videos that I've been putting up. I hope you're getting acclimated to the game. So it's very nice to have you here with us, and I'm very grateful to you. So thank you. Wow, guys, there's a lot to talk about. I'm very excited for on a few counts. Now, let's start with the music, okay? You know me, I don't script anything, I talk from the heart, so I hope you appreciate that. The song, the music, that is, I think some of you know I'm also a guitarist, a musician. I write songs. I do like instrumental, progressive rock, rock music, jazzy, blues kind of stuff. And I've played guitar as long as I've gamed, since I was a little kid. I love music. And so what I wanted to do was, that's the song you heard is called San Dimas, and it's off one of my albums of music. And I mean album as in like a collection of songs from a few years back. But I wanted to share that with you, a little excerpt of my playing and my songwriting, because I'm very happy to announce that from here on out that I'm going to be creating music for the channel. I'm working on a few intros like you heard, and then some really nice kind of like, how would I describe it? Like how we play music in the back when I'm talking over whatever spotlight video we're doing. So I'm going to be creating kind of like melodic, I don't know, cinematic, moody kind of stuff. Not like any like metal onslaught kind of music, just nice, chill kind of guitar playing. And there'll be some fast stuff in there, but it's going to be really, it'll fit the channel really nicely. So what I wanted to get at is I'm very excited to share this other aspect of my life that I'm very passionate about. I love music, and with creating these games, these dungeon crawls and fantasy adventure games, and I've just always loved them. They kind of feed off each other. I don't know. They bring balance to my life. So I'm excited to share this with you. And lastly, I think what I'd like to do, if you'd like to see it, I'd like to show you some videos of how I create some of the stuff you'll be hearing. So maybe, I'll record some stuff of like doing the drum tracks and guitar tracks and maybe some leads, percussive instruments, all that. So that's going to be coming up on the channel. I'm very excited to share that with you. The big news is, yes, the printing of the game is finished. I am so happy. I have a bunch of pictures here for you. Some stuff you haven't seen yet that came in last week from our production manager. So I'm very eager to share that with you. So let's get right into this here, because we're going to talk also about the next Spotlight video, which is going to be an in-depth look at the Avalon Adventure board game and why I created Avalon and how passionate I was about it. So that video I'm going to be working on this weekend. And, I had to say this too, that I have been very busy the last 2 weeks, of course with the game, but with getting stuff done around our home. Guys, I have put stuff off for years, honestly. And one of the things was the studio room where I record the music at. We had to clean that out, rearrange some stuff, and get it prepared, and then just doing stuff around the house. So please forgive my absence. I'm here with you all the time, and definitely I'm so excited to share this video with you. So let's get into this and take a look at what they sent me. Okay, so now these were from a few weeks ago, and these were in the Kickstarter update. But here we can see, and these are of course all from the manufacturer. And we're going to be getting to the new photos that just show stacks and stacks of Dungeon Crusade goodness. It's just stacks of all of the game content. And wait till you see it. It looks, I mean, I love you, Wingo Games. But we're going to get it looks awesome. But this is when they were putting, like, when this is printing out and they were just sending us photos of everything. So that's the hero special ability cards. And those are the 6 heroes that come with Dungeon Crusade. Those are what those cards are. There's it right here. If you can see, there's some treasure chest cards they put there. Some monster cards up here and encounter cards. There's some blessing cards there, monster cards. So everything's, of course, looking great. And then there's just, look at that stack of just, it's, I'm not sure, I think it's a champion monster card backings. And there's some blessing cards. We'll get in there more. But that's a lot. And then these were some more cards there. I think they had it on their table where they examine everything. Then here's those are some token sheets. There's a lot, if you saw the what's the last video we did? We did the storage solution. So yeah, there's a lot of awesome tokens in this game. So this is a token sheet, a couple punch board, well, rather sheets, but yeah, but they're punch boards for the game. And I think there's one more of those. So yeah, there's your monster tokens, and these are used for champion monsters. When you go into the many chambers of the dungeon, you flip it over, and you'll discover what champion monster your heroes will be combating. So get ready, because here is just stacks and stacks of Dungeon Crusade content, and I am so happy to be here with you guys and share this. Like, finally, this thing is done. These are mining cards. There's mining and crafting in Dungeon Crusade. Real quick, yeah, I'll just say it now. So how do I say all this? From what I've learned from them, everything is printed as you're going to see, and there's like a curing process where the glues and the different adhesives, it has to sit, and I believe I have this right, like in a temperature controlled room, at a certain temperature, and it sits there so it can all adhere and all of that. And then I think they put a coating, is it varnish? It's something, but I think they put a coating on it. So rest assured, everything is printed out, and they're taking the steps now to finalize everything. But what I did want to tell you is I asked our production manager, so are these games going to be ready to roll by the end of the month? And she said yes. So the great news is you may be getting this game a lot sooner than what we thought. And we're working with a fulfillment company right now on all the details. We're of course working with Pledge Manager to get all your guys' names and addresses, working with the manufacturer. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and I wanted to update you on that. So very exciting stuff. We're going to be busy into next week getting all that lined up for you for shipping. So bottom line is they're saying they're going to have all of this boxed up. Let's go to another picture. Monster cards, another huge stack of just Dungeon Crusade content. So they're going to be, they're saying everything is going to be ready, boxed up, wrapped in cellophane by the end of the month. Shipping company comes in, they take possession of it, and we get it, out to everyone. It may be sooner, but what we're hearing right now is maybe late November, but definitely before Christmas. That is the awesome thing. How great would this be to have Dungeon Crusade at Christmas time? So, and you better believe I'm going to do everything I can for you guys to make this happen and get it to you before December 25th, because I love Christmas and I want you guys to have this game before Christmas. So again, here's another just stack of monster cards, and yes, I did blur some stuff out because I know there's some sneaky Crusaders of the Light that want to learn more, but no spoilers. So there's that. And then we're going to move on to, oh, you don't want to say too, we're going to go back to the mining cards here. I think this thing lights up yellow when I move it, but you see these cards right here? These are the Avalon Adventure board game cards here. And again, that's going to be the next spotlight video, and I'm going to be working on that this weekend. But we're going to get to that because I have like kind of like a sneak preview for you at the end of this. So we looked at that. Here is all of the there's some monster cards over here, and of course I think they cover everything with plastic while it's curing, drying, what have you. And yes, I blurred out all this, no spoilers. And these are the quest cards. I wrote 60 unique quests for the game. I think you're really going to enjoy the stories and learning about the characters and what's going on at Castle Blackwood. And man, I'm excited for this. I'm not going to get too Corbanic, promise. But yeah, I'm very excited for you to read the quest stories and kind of like learn more about this land of Avalon, because as you're going to learn in the next spotlight video, how passionate I was about giving you guys a land just full of lore and stuff to really get into. It gets pretty deep. Okay, so that's like a stack of the quest cards and some monster cards over there. And here we have, I turned this picture upside down because it didn't look quite right. So hopefully it kind of looks right. Here's Tower Attack. This is the one House of Chance game that comes with all editions of Dungeon Crusade. So Tower Attack, it's a dice pushing game for the House of Chance that your heroes can play on Celebration Day. And then if we look over here, there's some stacks of, there's some dungeon doors here, and there's some cardboard miniatures there, Shadow Dwellers, there's Horus, one of the Guardians, Red Widow, and Cleric, Faith. So more dungeon doors here, more cardboard miniatures. So there's that. And then look at this. Now, that's a lot of dungeon boards right there. What we're looking at here is the Tomb of Kaladar. And this is, of course, one of the 4 dungeon boards in Dungeon Crusade. And the Tomb of Kaladar is one of the most toughest and death trap dungeons you'll ever experience. It's very unique, and I'm very excited for you guys to try it. But I want to make note of something, and some of you longtime Crusaders know this, that I took a while back a lot of time to work with our project manager, because I was going to make darn sure that this game, it was bright enough. It was, the colors would just pop off of all of the content, and everything looked very vibrant, and I was consumed with that. And as you can see, man, and over here, this is the Ancient Runes dungeon board on this side over here. But man, look how colorful everything is. I mean, that Wingo Games, you did a fantastic job. I mean, those printers I am very happy, and I hope you guys like seeing what you're going to be getting. These dungeons look amazing. Here's a good close-up for you. Here is this is one of the tiles for the Ancient Runes, and look at that. Man, that looks good. You can see the patrol routes, really nice. It just looks lush, I guess. It looks very vibrant. Still, it's got like kind of some dark shadowing. It just everything looks great. I'm very happy with this. And then here is another shot of the Ancient Runes over here. I think it's the same thing, but it's just moved a bit. And we can see there's other dungeon boards underneath there. So there you go, guys. It's all printed. It's done. Thank the gods of Avalon. I know you're happy, because I know I am. So again, this will all be finished up, they said, end of the month. They'll have it boxed up, cellophane, plastic wrap, whatever you want to call it, shrunk wrap, and we're going to get it out to the fulfillment service. Now, we're going to talk about the sneak peek of the next video, the Avalon Adventure board game. Okay, so a little sneak preview of the next spotlight video, and I am really fired up for this one, because I think, I've talked a lot about this Avalon Adventure board game, and this is, we'll spend a few minutes here, if you like, and just get you primed up and ready for this. this game you can play before Dungeon Crusade. Um, you get this game with the Crusader of the Realm edition and the Master of the Realm edition. And like I've said many times, I was super passionate about this game. Let's switch this because, and I'm going to talk about it more in um, the spotlight video dedicated to this. But I wasn't just going to create a fantasy land that looked pretty and and all of that and was very thematic. I wanted to create lore for fellow gamers and people and really like pull them into this world and all these different factions and monsters and NPCs. And I was just super passionate about this, and I unleashed some serious creativity in this and like thematic storytelling. And I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised by this game. So these are, and I'm going to show you something I've never shown before. That this is from early on. These are, you get adventure cards, and some of you guys been around, so you're going to know what this is. But these are double-sided, and there's 52 of them, and that covers 259 unique events. Excuse me, events, encounters, battles, situations, and that. But earlier on, like way early, these were only going to be one-sided. But you know me, when I start creating, I go Crusade chaos crazy. So these were only going to have one side, and then all of the entries were going to be just on one side. Well, then, I really started writing and getting into this, and I created more and more content. So they're double-sided. But what I'm going to show you that I thought you'd like to see, kind of in the Dungeon Crusade closet, I had designed these backings for each of the adventure cards, and I wish we could have used these. Maybe down the road for something we're talking about with Dungeon Crusade, I'd like to bring these in. But Damien, my melody, redid the map of Avalon. I gave him my prototype, and I asked him at the time, like, see this kind of map in the background? He just put this together, and then I put like the gold ring here, and then whatever place the heroes were at for sale and port. But I never showed this before, and I thought you guys would kind of like to see what the backings would have been for these adventure cards. So there's like, I just grabbed a few of them for you. There's Salem Port. There's the Ancient Runes. Runes of Ashenfall. Wren's Crossing. Oh, I wish we could have somehow like had these, like almost like even like something you open up and then you could read, like what would be inside. But I'd like to find some way to use these though. And then there's the File Tower. But I really like those backings. I thought they fit the game really nicely. But as it is, they're double-sided and you get more content. And it was just, I really wanted to immerse people in this land. So you're going to get that. There's actually the board for the Avalon Adventure board game. We'll come back to that. Again, this is like kind of, you're going to be using some of your stuff from Dungeon Crusade and some of the content made for the Avalon Adventure board game when you play this. Again, you play this before playing Dungeon Crusade, and what you have to do is find the 3 runes of eternity, and they're scattered randomly each game. This game is highly replayable. Little battle. You're going to do some battles. The flag represents the heroes where they're moving. So that's the goal, is to find the 3 runes of eternity. They're always in different places every time you play. I thought I had another panel. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking because I'll never stop. But that's the next Spotlight video. I'm going to be making it, creating it this weekend for you. And I think you're really going to enjoy this. All right, guys, I hope you like that update. The game is done printing. Hallelujah. I hope everyone has a great Friday, and stay tuned for the next Spotlight video. Hey, love you guys. Thank you. And I'm going to be talking to you very soon. Bye-bye.